Hello everyone and welcome back to Outdoors of the Squatch. Look what we have mounted up on the old New Holland today, huh? You know, it's been, 4 days I think since I picked this thing up. You went along for that ride. And we had 4 days of 50, 60 degree weather, no rain. Of course, by the time I get out here to do this, it's colder than a well digger's hind end out here right now, guys. Been raining hard all morning. Got more rain moving in. I'm going to take this little window of opportunity right now, or just sprinkling a bit, to finally get this thing back there and try to cure our mud hole issue, or at least help alleviate it some, right? The weather's not real conducive to my plans today. It is a mud hole. Everything, everywhere you look, you'll see. But I went ahead and sunk this down in the ground here. I'm going to pull it forward real quick and set it up here. I want to measure and see, you know, it claimed 24 inches of depth. And I mentioned when I went to pick it up that I thought that might be kind of generous, but I tell you what, I ran it through the earth here a little bit. It sure churns up the soil. But I'm going to kind of, with my mind's eye, mark it here real quick and just see if we actually are close to that 24-inch mark, guys. So I'm thinking, I'll put my little mark right here. There we go. I'm going to take the tractor, guys, pull it up, bring it back over here, set it down, get out the measuring tape, and just see how far down we think this thing's actually getting, okay? No, I'm really curious, guys, just how far down this thing is going. I think I need 1.5 to 2 foot to make it worthwhile. That's get down through the topsoil, get into that vein of hard pan and break it up. Let's see here. There's my mark. Let's just see what we got. We could, that might be a foot, I don't know. I know it's from that tip of that point right there to the back line. So we're talking from here up. So if we go straight down here, there's our 24 inches. Let's see, and there's our mark. It's going 2 foot, guys, exactly 2 foot. I was quite skeptical, but it does indeed reach down that far. Tell you what, why don't we measure from the ground up to the bottom of the frame here. So it's actually, with that point on the ground, it's 33¼ inches from the ground up to the bottom of the frame here. So it is longer than what I thought it was, to be honest with you. It did not look that big to me. So, but hey, we're going to go ahead and head out back here, guys. The mud hole had been shrinking a little bit, and I had intentionally been waiting a few days because we had some dry weather to try to let it shrink down a bit so I could get good traction, but they're calling for rain for the next 4 days straight. So this might be my best opportunity. I know it's wet back there. We're going to do some slipping and sliding and spinning, I'm sure, but we're going to at least make an effort to get it done. So all right, everyone, let's head on back here and see what, if anything, we can do about our mud hole issue, huh? I tell you what, it rained all night. Been raining all morning. Let up about 20 minutes ago, and we're going to take this window of opportunity, guys, hopefully to make something happen back here today. It's pretty mucky back here. I'll show you here real quick. You'll be able to see. You'll be able to see right here. It's another issue here. I think for right now I'm going to attack the pond, though, the big one. This here I can deal with again, but a lot of tree roots right here, guys. Trees right on top of it, so that's going to be a little bit tricky, I think. So I don't want to get too carried away here and destroy everything. You're gonna see here in a second, guys. Holy smokes, look at this, huh? See, this is my road right here. Now, do we try to hit this little hole right here first? Or do we go for the big pond down there? This little one right directly in front of us, closest to us. That one right there, guys, usually dries up relatively quick. But obviously it should drain much quicker. If you look in the other spots around here, it's obviously higher. So the water is shedding off them high areas and down in the low areas, but you can go 90% of this property's bone dry, even during heavy rains. You know, I mean, it just doesn't. It's sandy soil around here, so we're gonna go ahead here, I think, and move on to the big pond first. Or, you know what? You know what, guys? Kind of changed my mind here. I think we're gonna go after this first little mud hole. Might be a good trial run. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and hit this one right up here. We're gonna hit that left side. We're just gonna see what the little New Holland can do here. I'm hoping. We're gonna remain optimistic. Get this puppy in low range. We're gonna drop this thing and we're just gonna see what we got, guys. With any luck, we'll trudge right through the mud here, but we'll see. Kind of exciting first time you use a new implement, you know what? That probably sounds kind of hokey to some, but I've got a lot of high hopes for this. Don't know if it's gonna work. May or may not work. This soil's so rich, guys, no matter what, it's gonna always maintain or hold some moisture, but I'm hoping with these low spots I've created, I know there's hardpan in here. So we just sunk the old subsoiler in there. Yeah, we're gonna be struggling for traction. You know what I just realized? I'm not even in four-wheel drive. That is certainly not gonna help the cause. Here we go, let's see if we can get it going. Looks like we're down to full depth right at the moment. It didn't take fire very long for it to burrow in there, guys. Look at that. My goodness. Definitely hitting some old roots. Boy, it's dragging right through here, guys, without issue. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and raise it up here, I think, and we'll back up and see if we can't hit this spot one more time on the other side now. You won't know if it works until you try, right, guys? I bought this subsoiler as well, guys, to also my current home. I don't have underground sprinkling. Something I wish I had put in. The new home, I am going to do that up around the house. And, gee, I don't know. The way the weather's been in Michigan the last few years, I don't even know if it's really necessary, but here we go. Well, hey, we just tested the old subsoiler. Call me crazy, but I think that one water hole's already started to drain a little bit. That's encouraging. Now we'll hit this next one here, I think, guys. Let's see. I don't want to drop this thing any sooner than I have to. But I also want to be able to get it down to maximum depth. And it does take it a minute to burrow in. It uses the weight of the implement and the angle of the shank to bury itself. So, yeah, I think I hit the center of that mud hole just shy of full depth, but we're down there now. We're not going to get too carried away because what we have ahead of us is the main objective, right? Man, this thing's actually dredging water with it. That little water hole, guys, I just went through, I think it's already draining off. We're going to see what happens up here. Kind of curious, do I go down the center of it and attack it that way? Or do I, because it's, you know, you got to understand that the tractor, there are definite deep tracks there from the tractor. So do I go down the center first or I head off to the side? If I go down the middle first, the tractor being in the ruts, the subsoiler is going to dig in a little deeper. So maybe that's what we do first. Let's go right down the pipe here, guys, and we'll see if that doesn't get it, huh? So that's the method I think we're going to use here. So, oh, I think I'm going to put it in low range second gear here and we'll see what happens. So, right up the pipe we go, guys. Get just past this big cherry tree here. And then we'll start to sink her in. We're going to see what happens. I know for a fact this is all muck right here. I can feel the subsoiler grabbing some roots, which is only natural. You know, I actually picked up a couple of roots in the middle of where my little portable shed's at there, where I parked my tractor. You can hardly believe it, you guys. We are right now about a third of the way in, maybe halfway into the mud hole. We got traction. Man, oh man. This thing is ripping a hole in the old Mother Earth, guys, let me tell you. Very good. Traction does not seem to be of an issue right at the moment anyway. We are definitely making hay now. Ooh, just pulled up a pretty good rut right there. We're gonna go ahead and back this thing up and out of here, I think. We'll make another run at it, guys, here. Kind of curious if this thing drains quickly or not. Logic would tell you the soil directly underneath of it is, oh dear, it's gonna be dry, right? So if we can get down through that vein, we get down through that vein of topsoil, or through that vein of hard pan. All right, we're gonna sink her down in here. See how deep we can get it before it gets to the old mud hole. It's interesting, when I did this in the dry soil, it flat out just dug right in, but you can tell with the wet soil back here that it doesn't dig down quite as quick, for obvious reasons, guys, right? And that only makes sense. Only makes sense. I can see some of the hard pan actually coming up to the surface here, you guys. Well, that's something else, boy, let me tell you. And we're just really... Man, are we... Boy, we're burrowing, guys. Mud is, I mean, deep. Holy smokes. My left tires are running in the trench that I just made in the subsoiler. And I'm telling you guys, this tractor, she's she's listed. We're hooked on a pretty good rut here. I think it's a good time to call that quits. Holy mud. Here we go. Wish I could have gotten out here when it was dry, you guys. Dagnabbit, this pond had dried up quite a bit. Not the case now, of course. Look at that out there. Boy, oh boy. We're gonna go down the left side here now. Kind of nervous about this, actually. There's a really nice tree right there. Better drop her down to the low range here. Hopefully we don't hook a big root for this maple tree that I just passed here on the left. It's a beautiful little tree. Actually, you know what? It's an oak tree. It's a nice looking tree nonetheless. I can literally watch water pouring off the track on the left here, guys, down into one of the holes I just created. It is literally, the water's just disappeared. This is nuts. Man, I wish you could, you know, I might have a camera that'll show it. I don't know. But man, that's crazy. It's like somebody pulled the cork on a drain there, you know what I mean? Pull the plug on a tub, the water's just funneling down. Wow. Alright, I think we're good now. We'll go ahead here and we're going to hit the middle again, guys. Yeah, we're going to crack the middle here again. Yeah, that's nutty. Man, getting a nice glare here, but yeah, man, we've made mud soup, I can tell you that. we're gonna run down the middle here again, guys, a couple times, I think, and then we're gonna sit back and see what happens. I'm gonna hit it with a little more speed here, guys. See if I can't get that subsoiler buried as deep as I can before we get to the worst part of the muck here. She's down as low as she's gonna go right now. Now that I know I don't have a bunch of tree roots right here to contend with, I'm a little more comfortable hitting it with a little more speed, right? Oh, come on, New Holland. Come on, girlie. There we go. My goodness. Oh. I made pea soup here, guys. Jeez. You see that out over the hood here as we back up through it. Holy smackers. We're gonna let that drain for a second, guys. I'm gonna back up a little bit here. I got another vein opposite of the second one I did here. And I'm gonna just go ahead and we're gonna subsoil that while we're here. What do you think? Look at that beautiful mud hole up there, guys, huh? If I don't accomplish anything today, at least I accomplished making more mud. Oh boy. I'm gonna go with the old you don't know till you try routine, right? We're gonna go ahead and hit this. And that's a pretty healthy little muck hole right here too. Okay. Lots of roots back here, guys, like I figured. We're gonna go ahead and hit just off center here this next run through, guys. Get a little off center here. Been going right down the middle, off to the left and to the right. My goodness. We're supposed to get so much rain here, guys, over the course of the next 3 or 4 days. I don't even know when we'll see, if we'll see the results of this for a while. Could be all for naught, but like I say, you can use these subsoilers to bury pipe, electrical wiring, probably doing a nice flagpole somewhere out in my yard, and you gotta light them up. And so I can use the subsoiler with a little modification to bury the electrical wire going out there a couple feet under the ground. You can use it for, like I said, for underground sprinkling hose, or whatever you wanna. If you wanna bury some hose for something, you can use it for all that. So. Some subsoilers you can actually buy them with that attachment. This King Kutter, I think it's made by TaylorMade, maybe, or they sell it under the TaylorMade brand as well. I've dug up some pictures on the internet. Oh, I'm having a hard time keeping this thing straight. But I dug up some pictures on the internet of exactly the kind of wire and pipe laying device I think I would build. I think, judging by the color of it, it's slightly different color. I think it's a one-off custom deal, maybe. But it's, I'll put a picture of that up here real quick, and you can see what it looks like. But I might try to source it, see if someone sells it. If they don't, then I'll build it. Well, that's all I can do. Boy, guys, I tell you. This is getting pretty not nasty here. I think we make another run at it and then we move on. That's what I'm thinking. We'll hit it again here, guys, and see what happens, I'm plowing mud. One in the front of the subsoiler, you guys. Oh boy. What a mucky muck mess. There you have it. That's what we can do for now, I think. And here's the hope that we actually did do something, right? We may have only accomplished to make a bad situation worse. Who knows? Just open up the back window here, guys. That is some, boy, excuse me, some stinky muck. That smells like good old cow manure, man. I kid you not, 1 ounce. That smells like a combination of cow and chicken manure. Wow. Stinks. You grow up around farms and working on farms as a kid, you get used to that smell, right? It was always fun growing up. People from in town would come out to the country and they'd smell that. Oh my God, it's so horrible. We'd just chuckle at them. I used to, I always loved to say, smell that fresh country air, Guys, I'm going to back over this muck hole right here. And I want you to, I'm going to stop. I got a camera on top of the subsoiler you've been seeing. And I want to stop over this spot right here. Look at this. Look down there, guys. What does that look like to you? Excuse me. That looks like dry soil, don't it? So maybe Yeah, that is dry. I don't think we're going to see the mud hole dry up instantaneously. I am going to tell you this though. The first little mud holes that we subsoiled, you guys, they are actually drying up already. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, the water's draining back here in this one in particular. I'll zip us back over there real quick, guys, and so you can see. Crazy. Look at this. Coming up here. I'm gonna go nice and slow again. Open that camera on the back of the subsoiler. We'll get it for you guys. 'Cause I don't have one. Other than that. But look at the difference in the amount of water here now, guys. Look at that. It's definitely draining. Definitely draining right there in that spot. So that's somewhat encouraging, I dare say, huh? Let's see if there's another little spot here, guys, that we should attend to. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I want to just keep going in that big mud hole and playing, but I'm going to mess around in there and get myself in a conundrum, I think, if I'm not careful. I channel my inner redneck, I guess, and I have a desire to play in the mud. the old New Hollander's been doing such a good job, guys. I mean, man, it almost seems effortless. Then again, all I'm doing is pulling a 1-inch wide with a little shank on the end of it through a mud hole with a 4-wheel drive tractor. But again, I got I've stopped this tractor deader than snot with a box blade and put it on dry ground in 4-wheel drive. What do you think? Should we do one more for old time's sakes, guys? One more trip through the mud hole. What do you say? Maybe this is the one, guys. Maybe this is the one that springs the leak. Oh boy. What a bunch of soup. You know, ultimately too, guys, I might end up coming back here, and this soil, it's been so saturated for so long with so much rotting foliage on it over the years. I might just drag it up out of here and pile it out back to use it for my yard later, because it's so rich. And I might just come in here with some sand and fill it. You know what I mean? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Should I or shouldn't I? Hey guys, there's our end result of the mud hole. A few hours later, I decided to wait, come out, see what it did, because as you saw in the video, guys, this is an absolute pond and a mud slurry when we were coming through here with the tractor. It was just it was incredible, huh? But I think it's kind of working. I mean, we still have some little mud puddles, but we don't have a mud hole anymore, guys. Well, it doesn't appear as though we do anyway. I could see by looking at it, there is some sand in that soil. Areas of it look lighter. I can also see down here where we definitely dredged up some of that hard pan. A little bit further on down here. I'll take you down there real quick. But if you look right here, in this hole, if you look on that soil right here, guys, you kind of see that golden hue there. That's hard pan. So that's that definitely came up right there. So you can see it. It definitely helped. Was it a cure? Probably not. But, you know, for a few trips through the subsoiler, guys, the pond that it was to what it is now, I'd say it's a vast improvement. Again, we might at some point just decide that this soil's so rich that it's worth dragging out of there and just replacing with some sand anyway. We could use it somewhere else on the property. A yard or something, you know, but, you know, overall, I'm pretty happy for the few trips we made through there, that subsoiler today. I'd say the end results are pretty good, pretty encouraging. Anxious to see what'll happen, if we can get a few days of sunshine strung in, you know, in a row, as to exactly what'll happen. But hey guys, if you enjoy these videos, if you would please click like and subscribe, share them with your friends. Hit that little notification icon, as I always say, and you'll get updates when I upload a new video. But there you go. We're about 3-4 hours since I come out here, I guess it was, since I got done with this. And instead of a pond, we have mud puddles. So I'd say it was, to a certain extent, a win-win. And tomorrow will tell even more, I think, you know, of the end result. But we'll see. So, hey, we'll catch you next time, guys. And until then, you stay happy out there, huh?